Hello guys, welcome to today's Forex weekly review. Let's go through the pairs, the one we are going to trade this week. So the first thing we are going to look at is, let's first check the fundamental report. So last week, the significant one we saw last week was the on Friday. Yeah, we saw later on Friday the Fed Powell, when he speak about the inflation, and during his speech, I think what he say supports US dollar, and we have a strong US dollar by the end of last week. That's on Friday. So US dollar was strong across the board. So I think that's a significant one. We say all these some high impact things too on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, but they don't shape the market. We don't see some reaction. We don't see that significant reaction in most of these news reports until Fed Chair Powell speaks on Friday. So coming to next week, coming to this week, let's check the fundamental bias this week. So the one we can see on Monday is German CPI, USD consumer confidence. We have job opening. Then on Wednesday, we have ADP farm implementing. Okay, on Wednesday too, we have CPI, the core CPI, the EU core CPI. On Thursday, we have Swiss franc CPI. So I think the previous is 0%. So they forecast positive outcome. That's 0.2%. That's the forecast is to be positive. That is to come out positive. So on Wednesday, on Thursday too, we saw the ICM manufacturing. Okay, manufacturing PMI. Yeah. The ICM manufacturing PMI. So the previous one is 552.8, while their market forecast is 52.1. So let's see how it goes. And then on Friday, September 2nd, that is when they are going to drop the NFP. So we might not see some movement like that. The only currency we will see a movement like that, like you can see high volatility is in I think US dollar, because last week the report that the Fed drop, it supports the USD. So I think investor will buy US dollar this week due to that particular announcement and then comment. So I think we should see a high volatility in US dollar this week. Personally, I want to buy US dollar this week, so I'm trading with a US dollar. So DBP USD to the downside. That's my opinion this week. Euro USD to the downside. USD Swiss franc to the upside. Gold to the downside. So let's now check out the technical part. So as you can see, the DSY, we say that we are still in an uptrend. This DSY is an indicator for US dollar strength. So let's now see that we saw some movement at this particular area, creating a chart pattern at this area. So hopefully we are seeing we'll see something at this particular area. So let's hope that this week we'll see a move to this. Okay, this is the high at 109.30. So this week I believe we are going to break this high and move to the next high. My target is 111.493. So we should see USD strength this week. So the first pair, let's check out the first pair. I see we are going to trade. So the first one is US dollars, Euro US dollar. So as you can see, we are in a downtrend, in a long-term downtrend. This is a downtrend, as you can see, and we have a support level which broken and came back to what to retest, which becomes resistance, and we see a break of this particular trend line at this area. Then we'll see a move to retest this level, then we what it drop, and then we see a retracement last week when USD dropped a news on Thursday. We saw that the news is not a good one, and it make USD weak for sometimes, maybe just that day. So that's where we saw this move to the upside. So on Friday, when Powell dropped his speech, then we saw a bounce back to the downside. So it reject at this supply level right here, supply level that are indicated at this particular area. So we saw a rejection at this supply level. So this level too, we have a level of our support here, which has been broken. We have the break of this particular support. So what are we looking at here? We are looking at two things at this particular area. We are not satisfied with this break yet, because we might still have a move to the upside, because we have some level of supply at this particular area. So two things we are looking at. If we didn't see a breakout at this particular area when market open, if we didn't see a breakout, then a small retest, then a move to the downside, we should see something like this going to test this particular supply level, because if we use then we should see a move to the downside, because if we are to do this analysis based on the SMC, this is what we call the consolidation phase. So we have, after the consolidation phase, we have the retracement phase. Then we should have this particular retest, then what a move to the downside. So is either after we see a breakout of this piece, then we sell, or we wait for it to retest this particular consolidation phase, but because we can see the unmitigated area at this particular level. So this area serves as what, as the supply level. So let me call it out there. So I think we have supply at this area. So we should either wait for the breakout of this, or if it go rally to the upside, then we should see a rejection at 1.0161. So after a rejection, then we should see a break of this particular level. Like the break will just come instantly, like it will be a massive break. So it will break this particular area to the downside. So our target is 0.97221. Then if we see a break of this level too, we should target 1.97 163. So that is our analysis on Euro USD. So the next pair we are looking at is Pounds USD. So Pounds USD too is to the downside. As you can see, we have double top at this particular area, which the price reject at that area. And then if you check this area very well, this is an area of resistance, as you can see. Then using the trend line, we saw a breakout and a retest at this particular area. So you can't use one trend line, let's use two trend line, so that you can understand it very well. Okay, see a bounce of this trend line, then see a bounce of the inner trend line. Then we see a bounce up of this one too. Then we see, as you can see, it's respect the two trend lines. So then we see a breakout at this particular area. So what are we looking at now? We are looking to short this particular area, because if you check the weekly time frame, we are in a downtrend. As you can see, it's we are in a downtrend. So these are target for now. I think we will target this low for now. This low should be our target. So let's move the target up a little, so that that should be our first target. If you check very well, I think okay, we should target this low as our first target, the low at 1.1400. So let's use 2 pixel so that it can be clear. Dotted. So that's our targets. So let's go back to daily time frame. So where is our entry? That's the most important thing. If you check this area too, we saw something like this in this area. Then this place too, we saw a breakout of that particular support level, which has become a resistance. Okay, let's go to 4-hour time frame. So there's two things we have to check at this level. If you use trend line, we have a breakout of this particular trend line at this particular level. So this is my entry. If I want to enter this particular area, I will enter here. I'll wait for it to do a retest to this particular area. Then I will target this particular area. This is our target. So we should enter this part, or at this if you did not see rejection at this area, and we should target this particular area as our entry signal. This area, yeah. If you did not see a rejection at this area, then we should wait for this area, or this particular area. It might still come back. Price might still come back to retest this area and took some small stop loss, some retail traders stop loss, and then come back to this particular area. So this is what I'm looking at this particular area. So if it break this area, I will wait for it to come here, and probably I might enter sell at this particular area. So let's see how it goes. I'll wait for it to retest, and if I see a bearish candlestick, if it go below this particular area, then I think I will enter straight and then target this, and then put my stop loss in a safer place. So the next tab here we want to check out is a SND card. SND card too, if you check, you see that in a downtrend also is in an uptrend before we see before we saw the breakout at this particular area. So you can see there's a breakout, there is a there's a retest with this weak rejection candle, and we saw a move to the downside. So if we use let's use the daily time frame to check what's going on. As you can see, still in a downtrend. This is a downtrend. So let's now check our entry at this particular area we'll see that this is our first target right here if we want to sell. So here we should indicate this particular level at this area. This is a level of support at this particular area, and then we have a break of that support. Before, this looks like head and shoulder before, but it has been invalidated. Head and shoulder in the sense that what I see right there, I see something like this, something like this, and something that will move to the upside. But as you can see now, we see that we have a breakout, and then as you can see we have a breakout of that particular level. So what we should be looking for now is what we call sell to the downside, you understand. So let's zoom it so that we can get the entry very well. After breaking out of this particular trend line, I think, yeah, so we have a breakout of this range also. This is the range at this particular area. We have a breakout of that particular range also. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So if you check the 4-hour time frame, you see that we have some resistance level forming at that particular area. So if you use your trend line, you see that there's some resistance at this particular area. So let's use to trend line for it to be visible. So this is a level right here. So what we are looking at is what is to sell. So we are looking to sell at this particular area, and our take profit is at this low, or we should target this as our take profit. That's almost like 60 to 70 pips as our first take profit. Then we will move further if we see a break of this particular level. So here now, this is how we will enter our trade here. So we might see a retracement to this area of resistance right here, or to this particular area, but the level I'm looking at is this particular supply level here, where the price bounce sharply, like this particular area. This is where I'm looking to enter my position. So as you see a retracement to this level, then a move towards a move to the downside. So you move to this particular low. So I don't indicate it before. Okay. So as you see a retracement to this particular supply level right here, and then let me call it out. Supply. So we should see a move to this particular supply at this area, then see to the downside. That is our first take profit. So if you want to go for the second take profit, then you have to come to the higher time frame and label where you can see the nearest support, or the nearest resistance. So we've labeled the nearest support right there. So if we take our first profit here, if we see a breakout of this area, then we can go low and come and take our second profit at 0.7765. But for now, as target is 0.7963, you understand. So see retracement to this side, then he move to the downside. So the next pair we want to check is SAD USD. If you check SAD USD, SAD card, they have something in common. What do they have in common? They have a breakout of that particular level too. So if you put it in a normal chart, so like what they have in common, they have a breakout of this level. Then this one too, and then I think this one too. So they nearly have almost same thing in common. So right here too, we might wait for the retracement to this particular level, target this low, then maybe second low. If you look at the higher time frame, the monthly time frame, you'll see your second target at that particular area. So where is safe for us to target our second take profit is as 0.59630. So as you can see, we have a pin bar already closing on the weekly time frame, and we have a bearish engulfing candle to closing on the daily time frame. So we have this area, we have the breakout of this particular area too. So let's check the 4-hour time frame for confirmation. So what else do you need? I think we've explored all the confirmation. What else do you need to confirm here? We might see a small retracement to this particular level, then a move to the downside. So that's what we are looking at. So if your own bias is bullish, then you can wait for the break of this particular area. If you see a break of this area, then maybe you can target this place as your take profit. If you're on bullish bias, then what you can do now is to sell. All buyers I can see right here is unless we have a break of this particular level right there. So the next pair we want to check out is Canadian dollar Swiss franc. Last week we are on bearish bias on Canadian dollar Swiss franc, but coming to this week, I think the bias has changed to bullish bias. So this is why I said so. This is a weekly time frame. We should draw the support level using the trend line, then the resistance level using the trend line also. As you can see, we have a breakout, and then we have a retest. Is glaring. You get, so going to the daily time frame, you can see that this is a breakout, and then this is a retest. So there's another thing we still have to look at right here. Using the trend line again, we have seen a breakout at this particular area. Then we have some area of support at this level, as you can see. So my bias remain what? My bias is now what? Is now bullish on CAD Swiss franc. So let's go to 4-hour time frame. So what I'm looking for right here is for you to using the trend line here to you can see that level wants to hold. So you can see this level is a very strong level to check out. This level, this one right here, we have a breakout, break to the downside, then we have a rally here, it break to the downside, it comes back in a rally at that particular level to breaks to the upside, then it's coming back to check it. So we might see some rally at this particular area before we see a move to the upside. So just watch out that particular level right there. If you see a bullish, let's say a 4-hour candle closes bullish and another candle closes beside it, then you are good to go. Then there's a probability that we might see a breakout to the downside back, but what you want to check now is a bullish momentum candle. That is if you see something like a bullish candle at this particular area, then you can enter and target the next resistance. So before you target the next resistance, just be aware that we have the first take profit target at this particular area. This is not the next resistance, sorry, this is the next resistance, but this is the high. So you wait for a bullish rejection at this particular area for you to go long at this particular area. This is the area of support right there, then you do what, you go long. This is the target at this particular area, so just watch that level very well. You need to watch that level so that you not miss your entry or you will not enter wrongly. So the next one is Euro Canadian dollar. I don't have anything much to say about this. We are in a downtrend already, so this is where I'm looking to enter my trade to the downside, and if I see a breakout of that zone, then I think I'm leaving EuroCAD for good for now. So I'm looking to sell at this particular area. So this is that is where I'm looking to sell at this area. If you look at it very well, so that's the area I'm looking to enter my sell position after the breakout of this particular consolidation. So I think we should have a retracement, if you understand, to test that particular area. So that's where I'm looking to. So this is my target. If you check the higher time frame, it should give you a clue about the target. So I think there's a free fall at this particular area, so you target the first low. Yeah, the first low, at least if you target the first low, is almost 100 pips, so that's 100 pips. This is the first low, although we have the rejection at that particular first low too. So this first low you target, but there is a free fall at that particular area. So you will this thing, okay, I think we have some levels at this area. Yeah, so on weekly time frame, that is my entry right there. So that's I'm planning to take my entry on Euro Canadian dollar. So I wait for it to hit here, then I'll sell to this particular area. So the next one is Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss francs too. I don't think there is much to say about it, and if you check it, you know that we are in a downtrend. We are still in a downtrend. Hope you understand this. Sometimes trend line is not a single line, it's a level. If you understand, you have to draw it as because if you draw it as a single line, you might do the mistake of maybe a breakout or a fake. You might not know the difference between the breakout or the fake breakout. So like this now, I'm looking for Euro Swiss franc to come to this area and break it to the downside. So if you check this level might still be holding it back. this particular level at this area, might still be holding it, and we might have a breakout to the upside. But if you see the market is in a downtrend, so what you want to do is to sell, to have a sell bias, not a buy bias. So my bias is what is sell. So but until I see a breakout of this particular level, I won't enter. So the next one is USD Japanese. So checking out USD Japanese Yen, I think we have something like head and shoulder at this particular area, and this level is like chart pattern in forward time frame. We saw a breakout, and then this is the high of that particular of the price, and okay, the high right here, this is the high. So what we are looking at is to enter, and according to the USD strength, so I think USD JPY should go to the high, to that particular high. So using trend line here to we'll see that so yeah, I think what we should be looking at here is if you check this level too, we have this level at this particular area, so we should be looking to buy to that particular target at this area. So checking the 1 hour time frame, because here now we have a temporary resistance at this particular area. So that temporary resistance might just come back to retest this level. It might reject here and come back to retest this level, create maybe some fake breakout at this level. You might see some fake breakout, then some rally, then to the upside. So be expecting something like this in USD JPY. So I think the last one we are going to check is the gold, and I think this is the first time I'm analyzing gold since I've been dropping the weekly analysis. So we can see gold going to as low as 1700. So because it is inversely correlated to USD. So what we want to check here is the entry. So the entry is not far-fetched. You should be looking at this particular area for our entry. There's a breakout, then we have a move to the downside, then there's a breakout also at this particular area. So checking the 1 hour time frame, so my bias here is we can see gold moving back to this particular area, then reject at that particular area to this particular area. But my target is 17000. So that's my target on gold. So we might see a retracement to the upside, because after this breakout, then you see retracement. If you check it, the whole bias is to the downside. So you have the whole directional bias to the downside. And if you check this area too, we have area of resistance at this particular level. As you can see, you have area of resistance at this particular level. So then we have a very long candle closes bearish. So this is an engulfing candle at this particular area. So we might see a small retracement to the upside, then a move forward to the downside. So this is my view this week. The most pair I'm going to trade is the USD pair this week, because we have according to the fundamental bias and technical also, we can see that we have some bullish momentum in US dollar for a very long time. And then so if you are just viewing this for the very first time, please do well to click on like the this video, share to your friends and family, then subscribe to my YouTube video. This gives me motivation to do more. And if you have subscribed, I say a very big thank you. So enjoy your weekend, guys. Have fun and trade safely.